What's up, everybody? I am back, and we are doing the review for Insecure. This is season 4, this is episode 6, and this is low key done. There wasn't a lot that happened this episode, but at the end of the day, you know what? It's probably been the best season thus far, I gotta say. I'm enjoying every episode, and this was that episode that is gonna get you to the next phase, you know what I mean? That's gonna carry us through the rest of the season. So, we had all the fireworks or phase one of the fireworks, and then we're gonna see what happens later on. So this is like that middle ground, you know what I mean? Anyway, and low key done, we see Issa reflecting on all the things that Molly said to her at the block party, to stop using people, calling her selfish and all that good stuff. And basically after that, Issa gets up and checks her phone. I'm reading notes, by the way. Issa checks her phone and just wants to see what people are saying about the block party, seeing if anyone had any problems about the fight that Molly started. What are the reviews? What are people saying? And actually, all the comments are really positive. All the people that attended are saying that they, wanted to see it. They were complimenting the food. They were enjoying the fact that Vince Staples was the headliner. I think the only person that had something negative to say was the lady with the fake YouTube channel, or the fake reporter with the non-existent YouTube channel that I guess she started after the block party. And then Issa checks her voice messages. She has a message from her executive assistant, Koya, from the block party. I believe her first message was from Amal, and then after that, she gets a message from Kelly, who is babysitting Tiffany and Derek's baby Simone. And she's trying to see why the baby's trying to breastfeed on her, and basically is letting the baby know I ain't got nothing, and then looks down and sees that there's a wheat thin in there, actually. And I believe that's it. Oh, and Kelly's, trying to figure out what's going on between Issa and Molly. So basically that's Kelly's mission this entire episode, is to figure out exactly what's happening between the two of them and why, and who's gonna reach out first. Let's see. And that's just the first part of the episode. So after that, Issa's in the mirror talking to really one of the only good friends that she has, one of her only true friends, and that's herself, her reflection. And the reflection of her always gives her, kind of sound advice. It really forces Issa to see what's really right and to see, what makes sense. It's kind of playing devil's advocate. It's, Issa wants to make the wrong decision, but looking at herself in the mirror helps her make the right decision. And let's see, and herself, in the mirror, her reflection always tells her, listen, you're the one that always reaches out and apologizes. Why do you always have to reach out? And then Issa asks the reflection, okay, so what should I do? And she says, listen, relax, relate, release, take care of yourself. So after that, Issa gets to cleaning up her house, and then Nathan calls her. He's at the barbershop cutting hair. I don't know if any of y'all remember, but that is what Nathan does. Nathan is a barber. Anyway, he's checking on Issa, and then, Issa apologizes for getting him in the middle of the stuff between her and Molly, and then Nathan's like, he's fine, he wasn't worried about it, and that she should still be proud of the way the event turned out. And Issa still has in the back of her mind all the stuff that, Molly said to her. You always use people, you use Nathan, you use Andrew, you use me, you stay need one little favor. And Issa apologizes for, using Nathan, and that's how he felt. And Nathan says, she needed help and he wanted to help. And then Nathan says he has to go and he has another head to cut, and tells Issa to call him later. Issa goes to the grocery store after this, and a pregnant woman is seen begging and pleading, saying she needs help, and asking if anyone can help her with the groceries. And then Issa decides to, help the lady with her groceries, and, to prove Molly wrong, and to, basically prove herself wrong, that she doesn't use people. But this small little gesture of trying to help a pregnant lady get her groceries doesn't really go all the way that Issa intends, because her credit card is declined more than once. And I believe it was was it almost like $160? And Issa was like, damn, when the lady rang the groceries up. And when Issa couldn't get the groceries, the pregnant lady thanks her and lets her know that, her not being able to get the groceries helps her put stuff into perspective. I think she said, the gift you've given me is perspective. And then Issa just simply gets the wine and then leaves. And then she sees an old dude that misses his bus. And this is the dude, I believe his name was George. George was the highlight of this entire episode. I mean, he was loud, he's crazy, he's slightly ignorant, but you know what? He's that old person that you don't say anything to. He can be loud, he can be cussing, he can be unapologetic about it, because guess why? He's old, he's lived a lot of years, and his name is George. So he has an old person's name. At the end of the day, when Issa offers him a ride to get where he's going because he missed his bus, trying to do another good favor and, let herself and the world know, and, subconsciously Molly, that she doesn't use people, George goes, okay, but don't be trying nothing funny. And let's see. George get to complain about the temperature in the car. I think he complained about the speed. Did he say something? What did he say? He said something crazy about feminazis, and what did he say? Talked about how he lost touch with friends, and then George all of a sudden has to go pee. And what did he say? How he couldn't pee in his hat because that was his last good hat. So Issa pulls over, he makes it to the bathroom, he doesn't pee in her car, and then he comes out with Fun Dip. And let's see. I think he sees an old friend or somebody he thought was a friend. And when she pulls in, Issa's reflection, when they pull in to let George pee, Issa's reflection in the mirror, tells her, drive off, it's okay. And but Issa wants to finish her good favor for this man. And let's see, when he gets back in the car, she drops him off where he needs to go, and then Issa goes to paint and sip. When she gets there, she sees these three girls, almost that, can kind of remind you of, her, Kelly, Molly, Tiffany, and whoever else. And when they sit down, who but Penny Proud, Brianna Barnes, and the little girl who played young Monica in Love and Basketball is there. Kyla Pratt, who still manages to look 16 years old. I don't know what she's drinking. I don't know what she's eating. But I'm going to need her to slide the formula my way, because she looks younger than me. We're not that far apart in age, but damn, she has literally 2 kids and has been in the game probably 20 plus years and literally does not look above 17 years old. It's crazy. She still looks and sounds the same. So it shows the friends who are from Maryland. They're there celebrating Kyla Pratt, who's getting married. So this is like a part of her, bachelorette weekend and a wedding shower and all that good stuff. And they start telling stories about their mishaps and things that happen in their friendship. And they start to really vibe with Issa and really converse with her. And when they're getting ready to leave paint and sip, they invite her to come to a nearby bar. And let's see what happens. At this point, she's still ignoring Kelly's calls and voicemails. And let's see. Oh, Kyla Pratt, whose character's name is Dina, she ends up letting him know how he proposed, her fiance, soon-to-be husband. And it's actually a really crazy-ass story if you guys watched the episode. It was really odd and a little bit scary, but he made it work. And then Issa tells them about what she does and what she puts together, how she put it together, and gives herself the title of cultural curator. And then, they're all giving, Issa all types of praise and letting her know she's the shit. The things that you would expect from her circle of friends, the whole time she was planning all of this. And, you would think this is all going to work out. Issa then found herself some decent friends. And, you really you get a warm and fuzzy feeling from her finding these new friends. And then one of the friends goes to the bathroom, Kenzie. Issa says she has to go too. They're talking about men, where to find men in the area, where you want a single man, where do you want a working man, where do you want a man that been a gang-banging man, a man that been in jail, all type of men. Issa's telling them where to find them. And then as they're having a conversation, Issa's calling the girl's name Kenzie, and then Issa realizes that Kenzie is gone. So she comes out of the bathroom, and when she doesn't see Kenzie, she goes back to the table, and then she sees that the girls then left and then stuck up with the check. And then Issa finds a sheet, and it's basically them keeping score. And the women left her with the bill, but not only that, but they get points if they combine the task, which means befriend a stranger and dine and dash. And they did both of those to Issa. So it's like, damn, you know what I mean? She's already going through this. And then this happens when she thinks that she's actually found some cool chicks. And Issa gets in her car. She pays the bill, gets in her car, and she goes to see the girls and confront them, gets out and smashes the painting over Kenzie's head from the sipping paint. And then I think Kenzie got to crying, and the girls were calling her crazy. And that's that. The third, Issa says something like, "Welcome to LA." But unfortunately, it was all in Issa's mind. I know we all wanted this to be real. I wanted it to be real. I was hoping it was real. It was all up here. I was like, damn, we just couldn't have that, could we? But what else? And then she sees them walking, and you know what? Just eventually just says, screw it. And Issa gets on the phone and says, "Can I come over?" And you know, when she says, "Can I come over?" we all, of course, thinking it's Molly. You know, and then we're like, okay, maybe she's calling Kelly because Kelly been trying to reach her. But then it could be Nathan. But no, it is her mom. It is Regina Greer. It is Tasha Mack. It is Wendy Raquel Robinson. It is Issa's mother. And then Issa goes to her mother's house, and then her mom is trying to figure out why you didn't invite me to the block party. And I believe Issa goes, "You didn't want me to invite you to the block party to begin with because you don't like crowds of black people." And Issa's mom realizes that something is wrong, and then Issa's mom reaches out for her to give her a hug, and Issa gives her a hug and just immediately begins to bawl and cry. And Issa tells her mom about the fight with Molly, and then you know her mom lets her know this is just a season in your life and it's gonna pass. And then Issa asks, "Is it fall because it hurts?" And then they get to talking about Issa's professional life, and let's see. Issa thinks that her mom sees her as, you know, kind of flighty and, you know, a little bit of, you know, a flip-flop. And actually, it turns out that Issa's mom sees her as just the opposite. She admires her strength and her tenacity, and she admires the fact that she can get up and just do anything, and that, you know, at her age, she was already saddled with 2 kids and a husband. And Issa's mom lets her know that, you know, she admires her. And that's actually what Issa really needed to hear, is somebody say, "I admire you," and, you know, "I respect what you do." And let's see. And that was really it. They just had a really touching moment, you know, and Issa's mom just kind of made her feel better. She let her know, you know, "I had 2 kids at your age. I didn't think I could have kids." And then Issa's mom was like, "But you could. And then you had 2 of us." She was like, "Yeah, 2 mistakes." It was hilarious. So after this, Issa leaves her mom's house, and then Kelly calls her again. And then Issa actually answers this time. And Kelly wants to know, "Did you reach out? Did she call you?" And she lets her know that, you know, at the end of the day, you 2 need to meet in person and talk this out, because the last time me and Tiffany had it out, we let our shit sit too long and we almost didn't make it back. And they had to sit down and hash it out before things got back to the same. And she told Issa that her Molly needs to do the same thing. Issa goes home, she gets high, she thinks about what Kelly said, and instead of calling Molly, she looks at her block party page and looks at more positive reviews and more comments, and tells people to stay tuned, because when they ask, you know, what's coming next, when's the next one, she lets them know, stay tuned, it's coming soon. So Issa looks in her refrigerator, she's feeling good, she's on a high, literally and figuratively, and nothing is in her house because Issa hasn't been going shopping. She's been busy doing this block party. So she goes to her favorite Ethiopian spot, and she says, "I'm getting ready to get some food from this Ethiopian dude," you know, rhyming the way Issa does. And when she gets to the door, she sees Molly on the phone, and I guess Molly's there eating or whatever the case may be. I think we all thought that Issa was going to go in a restaurant, and she sat there and debated for a minute. Am I going to go in here and talk to this girl? Issa didn't go, and I was proud of Issa for not going in, because I don't feel that she needs to reach out right now. I think Molly needs to be the one to reach out and apologize, and then they can discuss what really went left and how this all really started to go wrong. Because Molly is wrong as hell right now. You know, it's like Issa wants to just do the right thing and do the great things, and I think, like I said before in my last video, I think it just pisses Molly off, like, oh, now you want to be that bitch, but at the end of the day, you've been my bummy ass friend who's always been needy forever. And I don't think that Molly is ready to accept this new phase. And at the end of the day, like I said, sometimes friends are not meant to be around for everything that's great in your life. Sometimes they're meant to be around for a reason, a season, and sometimes a lifetime. And Issa decides to walk away. She got back in her car and she left. She didn't even go in there and get her food. She did not want to see her. She didn't want to speak. She didn't want to reach out. And by the looks of the next episode, them two still ain't going to be speaking. So these problems might not get solved to the finale. Might not even be solved to the next season. Anyways, guys, I'm glad this was shorter than the last video because the last one was very long-winded. I wouldn't be surprised if any of y'all watched it. Anyways, what did you guys think? Do you think that Kelly's right for the advice that she offered? What did you think about Kyla Pratt being here? Do you think she should get a show with Issa and, Natasha Rothwell, and Princess Penny writing and producing and all that good stuff? I would love to see it. And do you think, Issa's wrong for not going into the restaurant and for not calling? Do you think she should reach out first? Or do you think Molly should reach out? Who's wrong here, Molly, Issa, or both? Anyways, guys, until next time, enjoy this review. Sorry I did it on a Wednesday. Was supposed to do it last time on Sunday, but guess what? Corona is in the damn way, and I have a lot of things to do with or without this pandemic and quarantine going on. Anyways, until next time.